Hello everyone. It has only been one day since Gaza attacked Israel and Israel declared war. But since then many countries have acted in ways that raise the question of whether World War III could happen. Or at least a much larger war involving the US and Middle Eastern countries. So what is happening? Let's find out together. First, regarding Israel and their reaction after being attacked. As you know, after the attack the Israeli Prime Minister declared to the world that they would take revenge on Hamas, who created unprecedented chaos in Israel. So far over 600 Israelis have died, including a music event with many attendees in Israel that was suddenly attacked by missiles, killing 260 people there and wounding thousands of others. Many citizens shared that they thought it was just scenes from a movie. No one believed it was actually happening. The Israeli Prime Minister also declared they would definitely win this war. So what has Israel done to achieve victory? They carried out an operation called Iron Swords. While the operation was not fully publicized, we can understand from the Israeli side that Israel will devote all effort to eliminate Hamas. Israel said they have completed Step 1. So what was Step 1? According to the Israeli Defense Forces spokesperson, they used a large number of warplanes to drop tons of bombs on Gaza, destroying around 800 targets they identified as belonging to Hamas, including their missile launch systems, command centers, assembly areas, and more. Gaza said that after Israel's counterattacks, over 400 Palestinians have died and more than 2,300 others were injured. Israel's revenge on Gaza may not stop there. Inside Israeli territory, the defense forces also reported they have destroyed almost all Hamas militants who attacked Israel. However, the story involves much more than just Israel and Hamas in Gaza. Specifically, first there is Hezbollah in Lebanon. This is a group established 40 years ago to fight against Israel's attacks. Although labeled a terrorist group by the US and the West, Lebanese people see them as heroes for their efforts blocking Israel's attacks decades ago. Since its establishment, Hezbollah has always seen Israel as a lifelong enemy. They receive funding from Iran to exist, and Iran also holds a grudge against Israel. At the same time as Hamas fired thousands of missiles into Israel, Hezbollah also fired shots into Israel. They claimed it was to show solidarity with the Palestinian people, or rather, to support Hamas. After being attacked, Israel also fired back into Lebanese territory. So Israel is now also at war with Lebanon. In addition, Israel's war also involves Iran, as you know. Iran has been accused of funding the two organizations Hamas and Hezbollah so they can acquire weapons to attack Israel. The US said it is still unclear whether Iran played a direct role in the attacks on Israel, but it is certain that Hamas received funding and equipment from Iran for weapons. In fact, Hamas leader shared that after attacking Israel, he called and spoke with Iran's president and received high praise from Iran. It is very likely Israel will also target Iran if things spiral out of control. But when speaking of Israel and Iran, Russia and the US cannot be overlooked. First, the US and its allies Israel and the US have a special, close relationship. Especially in this recent attack on Israel, at least 4 American citizens were killed in Israel, and 7 others went missing. The US State Department is actively verifying other American citizens in Israel. Right after Israel was attacked and declared war, the US and the West declared their support for Israel, even unlimited support, calling Hamas a terrorist organization. The US quickly took 2 notable actions to assist Israel. First, they immediately sent aid to Israel, and most recently the US president announced more aid is on its way to Israel. Second, the US also immediately deployed the USS Gerald R. Ford Aircraft Carrier Strike Group, the newest and most advanced aircraft carrier of the US Navy, along with about 5,000 sailors and fighter jets and guided missile cruisers and destroyers to the Mediterranean Sea near Gaza and Israel. Deploying such a large scale of US ships and fighter aircraft, the US wants to emphasize American concerns about trying to prevent conflict. The US states this is to deter any country with intentions of taking advantage to attack Israel, since Israel has many enemies in the Middle East, especially Muslim countries. Previously, the US had also increased the presence of fighter jets in the region including F-35, F-15, F-16 and A-10 squadrons. They sent some of these aircraft types to the Middle East in recent months to counter the influence of organizations allegedly funded by Iran across the region including Syria and the Gulf of Oman. So what about Russia? Does Russia have anything to do with this situation? Some pro-Russia commentators say Russia may or may not be involved in this incident, but the benefits Russia gets are certain. Earlier, there was information that weapons NATO sent to Ukraine to fight Russia in the Ukraine war somehow appeared on Israel's border. Clearly, Ukraine did not send weapons to Hamas and NATO certainly did not either, so could Russia have sent these weapons to the Middle East? While this information is just speculation, one very real thing is that after Israel declared war, the Arab League sent representatives to Russia for a meeting. The spokesman for the Arab League based in Cairo said they will discuss the ongoing escalation in Gaza with Russia's foreign minister. We don't know and may never know the content of the meeting between the Arab League and Russia, but some will be concerned that Arab countries may take this opportunity to attack Israel, because in the past in 1967 they had attacked Israel in this way before, but Israel defended. Now that it is happening again, will they have hope? At least for now Gaza, Israel, and Lebanon are involved in the war. Will other countries take the opportunity to join? Probably not, because the US has warned by bringing an aircraft carrier to the Mediterranean Sea and deploying many aircraft to the Middle East. So it is unlikely other countries will join Israel's war, but if they do join, will the US participate? Especially considering some Americans have died in this war, and the Israeli government says some other Americans have been kidnapped. If the US joins the fight, Israel's war will become a Middle Eastern war, even World War III, with America's allies possibly including Russia and Iran. However, I hope this war stops with just Israel, Gaza, and Lebanon, because in just 2 days over 1,000 people have died, especially including many innocent children. These innocent, naive children deserve to enjoy life and bright futures, not just war and flames. I hope everyone thinks about the future happiness of families and opposes the war, for the sake of the children.